Most people only see the highlight reel of faceless YouTube automation. The viral screenshots, the passive income claims, the overnight success stories that make it look effortless and inevitable. What almost nobody shows you is what actually happens before any of that. The awkward early uploads that barely get 10 views, the weeks of uncertainty where nothing seems to be working, the constant second-guessing about whether the niche is right, the titles are strong enough, or the whole idea was a mistake from the beginning. That messy, uncomfortable, unglamorous phase is exactly what this experiment is going to document in full detail. Because here's the truth, most creators skip over entirely. The early stage is not a sign that something is broken. It is simply what building something real actually looks like before the compounding begins. And understanding that hidden reality from the very start is what separates people who eventually win on YouTube from everyone else who quietly gives up too soon. This channel was built from complete scratch. 0 subscribers, 0 audience history, 0 external promotion, and absolutely no unfair advantages handed over from existing platforms or prior audiences. Nothing was borrowed, recycled, or secretly boosted behind the scenes. Every single view had to be earned the hard way, through consistency, smart positioning, and deliberate decision-making at every stage of the process. Automation tools were brought in specifically to speed up production, handling the repetitive and time-consuming parts of content creation without cutting corners on the strategic thinking required to actually grow. The goal was never to fake success or manufacture shortcuts that would collapse under pressure. It was to build something real and repeatable, something that could be documented honestly and transparently so you could see exactly what worked, what failed, and what surprised everyone involved. That is the foundation this entire experiment was built on from day one. Picking a niche randomly is one of the fastest ways to build a channel that never earns a single dollar. So instead of chasing whatever happened to be trending that week, this channel was deliberately built around AI productivity and automation content from the very beginning. The reasoning was straightforward. People are actively searching for tools that save them time, simplify their workflows, and remove frustrating bottlenecks from their daily routines. That search intent never really disappears. It compounds. And when viewers are already looking for software recommendations, affiliate commissions become a completely natural part of the experience, rather than something forced or awkward. Every video had the potential to earn through product links, while simultaneously building long-term search-driven traffic that keeps growing without additional effort. The niche was not chosen because it felt exciting. It was chosen because it made strategic sense from day one, and that distinction matters enormously. Now, here is something that trips up a lot of beginners. They spend weeks obsessing over the perfect channel name, tweaking logo colors, and endlessly redesigning banners before uploading a single video. That was never going to be the approach here. The channel was set up in under half an hour, a straightforward name that clearly communicated the niche, a clean banner, built using a free design tool, and a simple logo that looked professional enough without requiring a designer or a budget. Nothing fancy, nothing over-engineered. And here is the honest truth that most people learn too late. Viewers almost never leave a channel because the logo font was slightly off. They leave because the content did not deliver value. Branding matters eventually, but in the early stages, it is the weakest possible reason to delay uploading. Getting content out the door consistently will always beat having a visually perfect channel that never actually posts anything. With the niche and branding locked in, the next challenge was building a production system that could actually keep up with a consistent upload schedule without burning out completely. The workflow came together around 4 core tools. AI-assisted research helped identify what topics were already performing well in the space. A scripting tool shaped those ideas into structured, watchable videos. Realistic AI voice software handled narration, removing the need for a microphone setup or a quiet recording environment. And royalty-free visual libraries provided enough footage to keep editing moving without copyright headaches. Video editing itself was outsourced entirely, which freed up mental energy for decisions that actually mattered. But here is the part most automation content skips over. None of these tools made the real decisions. Choosing which topic to cover, how to frame the hook, which angle would actually convert viewers into clicks, that still required genuine strategic thinking at every single step. Automation handled the repetition. Judgment handled everything else. The first upload went live with genuine excitement behind it, and then almost nothing happened. Fewer than 20 views on day one. No sudden surge, no algorithm boost, No overnight discovery, just silence. That moment shattered the fantasy fast, because no amount of preparation fully prepares you for how quiet a brand new channel actually feels in those first hours. Most people quit right there, convincing themselves the niche is too competitive or the system does not work. But instead of stepping back, the decision was made to push forward with more uploads, each one targeting a very specific pain point. Videos focused on hidden AI tools most people had never heard of, automation shortcuts that saved real time, and direct software comparisons that gave viewers a clear answer before they even finished watching. The goal was simple: make every single video feel immediately useful to someone searching for a solution right now. Patterns began emerging inside the analytics that completely changed how every future video was approached. Vague titles like AI Tools You Should Know performed terribly, pulling in almost no clicks despite being published at consistent intervals. But the moment titles shifted towards something highly specific, something promising a direct and immediate benefit to the viewer, the numbers responded immediately. Titles framing a clear outcome attracted significantly more attention from people actively searching for solutions. Then came the thumbnail discovery. Earlier uploads used simple static images with minimal text, and click-through rates hovered stubbornly around 4%. Once a thumbnail featuring a glowing artificial intelligence interface paired with bold, high-contrast text was tested, click-through rates climbed closer to 7% almost overnight. That single visual change made an enormous difference in how often the algorithm surfaced the content to new viewers. The data was speaking clearly, and the only job was to listen carefully and keep adjusting. Retention improved significantly once videos stopped wasting time on lengthy introductions and jumped straight into the value. Viewers consistently reward momentum and clarity over polished filler, and the analytics made that painfully obvious. Average view duration climbed noticeably within just a few uploads after tightening the opening hooks to under 15 seconds. That single adjustment changed how the channel felt to watch entirely. Then, around mid-month, something unexpected happened. One video that had been sitting quietly under 100 views suddenly jumped to several hundred in a single night. No promotion, no sharing, no outside push. The algorithm had simply started recommending it alongside content from much larger channels in the same niche. It was the first real signal that the system was beginning to recognize the channel as relevant. That one night did not make everything instantly successful, but it confirmed that the strategy was finally pointing in the right direction. Subscriber growth during this phase was anything but dramatic. Numbers climbed gradually from single digits into the dozens, which honestly felt underwhelming compared to the overnight success stories flooding social media. But here is what made those early subscribers genuinely valuable. These were not passive viewers who stumbled in once and disappeared. They were returning, commenting, clicking affiliate links in the description, and actively engaging with the content in ways that mattered beyond vanity metrics. Every comment left, every link clicked, and every replay sent a quiet but meaningful signal back into the algorithm. YouTube noticed that real people were finding value here, not just stumbling across a random upload. That steady stream of positive engagement gradually reinforced the channel's credibility inside the system. The algorithm does not reward size alone. It rewards relevance and consistency. Those early dozens of subscribers were essentially vouching for the channel, building a foundation that would quietly compound into something far more significant over the coming weeks. Affiliate links went in immediately beneath every single upload. No waiting around for AdSense qualification. No holding off until some arbitrary subscriber milestone was reached. The strategy was simple. If the content was recommending AI tools anyway, those recommendations needed to work harder by pointing directly to affiliate programs from day one. Then it happened. A commission notification arrived early in the process, and the dollar amount was genuinely small, the kind of number most people would barely notice in their bank account. But the psychological weight of that moment was enormous. It did not matter that the channel was tiny. It did not matter that the audience was still measured in dozens rather than thousands. Real money had moved because of content that was created once and continued existing on its own. That single commission shattered the idea that meaningful revenue required hitting any official monetization threshold first, proving that even a small but targeted audience generates real results surprisingly fast. By the end of month one, the numbers told a clear story. The channel had uploaded more than a dozen videos, pulled in several thousand total views, crossed roughly 100 subscribers, and earned close to $100 in affiliate commissions. On the surface, that might sound underwhelming. Run the math on hours invested versus dollars earned, and the hourly rate looks genuinely embarrassing. But that calculation misses the entire point of how YouTube actually works. Every single video uploaded that month did not stop working when the editing software closed. Those videos kept getting discovered through search, kept appearing in recommendations, and kept generating clicks on affiliate links without any additional effort required. That is the compounding reality that most people completely overlook when judging early results too harshly. The work done in month 1 does not just pay once. It quietly keeps paying, stacking returns week after week, long after the initial effort is finished. Batching content turned out to be one of the single biggest efficiency breakthroughs across the entire month. Sitting down to script 5 or 6 videos in one focused session rather than approaching each one separately removed an enormous amount of mental friction from the process. The same logic applied to voiceover recording. Knocking out multiple narrations back-to-back meant fewer context switches and a much smoother production rhythm overall. But efficiency alone was never going to build a loyal audience. Audience interaction started proving its own kind of value fairly quickly. Replying to every comment, asking follow-up questions, and genuinely encouraging discussion inside the comment section created something that pure automation simply cannot manufacture, which is real human trust. Viewers who felt acknowledged came back for the next upload. They shared videos. They clicked links again. Those small moments of connection quietly compounded into a foundation that made every future upload land with a warmer, more receptive audience already waiting. So here is the deeper truth this entire experiment revealed. Faceless YouTube automation is not some magical passive income loophole where you set everything up once and watch money pour in forever. It is a scalable business system. Automation handles the repetitive, time-consuming work, yes, but that freed up time needs to go somewhere meaningful. It goes into strategy, into storytelling, into reading your analytics carefully, and into genuinely understanding what your audience actually wants to feel and learn. The tools are just tools. Artificial intelligence does not replace judgment, it amplifies it. Every successful decision made throughout this experiment came from a human being paying close attention and adjusting accordingly. Consistency mattered more than any single upload. Persistence mattered more than having access to the most advanced software available. The creators winning on YouTube right now are not winning because they found a shortcut. They are winning because they kept showing up when results were still invisible. Every channel pulling in thousands of dollars per month started exactly where this one did, with slow numbers, uncertain results, and plenty of moments that made quitting feel reasonable. The difference between channels that eventually compound and channels that disappear is simply the willingness to keep refining, keep experimenting, and keep showing up through the months when growth feels invisible. Compounding on YouTube is real, but it rewards patience above everything else. The creators winning long-term are not the ones with the fanciest tools or the biggest budgets. They are the ones who treat every upload as a data point, every comment as feedback, and every slow week as preparation for the breakthrough that eventually arrives. If you want to learn how to skyrocket your YouTube growth, subscribe right now so you never miss what comes next. And make sure you check out the latest video covering the YouTube niches that pay the most per 1,000 views.